Hello, I'm Maria Hall Brown, and this is LA Currents. I think we can all agree that there is something so empowering and uplifting when your voice is heard and people truly listen, which is why I'm delighted to be joined today by Capri Maddox, the Executive Director of the Civil and Human Right and Equity Department, here to talk about an incredible program, LA Repair. So nice to have you here, Capri.
Thank you for having me, Maria.
Thanks. All right, so LA Repair is a unique program to the city of Los Angeles, but it's really based in the idea of listening to what people need and want. Is it not?
Yes, we are very grateful that LA Repair and the participatory budgeting process is starting here in the city of Los Angeles. We've seen this program roll out in over 7,000 cities all across the world, and we are thrilled to know that we can create an environment where real people get to make real decisions about real money in Los Angeles.
LA Repair is pretty much the umbrella title to a bucket of money that is going to be distributed amongst certain areas of Los Angeles.
Yes.
So how does it work exactly?
These repair funds through the participatory budgeting process will provide an opportunity for $8.5 million to be shared for over 9 repair zones in the city of Los Angeles. And these are areas that are underserved, that have suffered a number of wrongs in the past. You should know that the city of Los Angeles and government in general, in generations in the past, created a lot of the institutional racism that we still see today. And they were intentional in making sure that there's some communities that could not thrive and live to their best and highest use. So we want to be intentional with the support of the mayor and city council to make sure that we lift those communities and create a level playing field for all Angelenos.
Okay, so there is money. The money has been designated to these areas. The concept is there to elevate the communities and let the communities have a say. So how does the exact process work? And what did you see that gave you the feeling that it would work here? Because LA is a complicated place.
It is. And any idea is a good idea. And what we give is we give the community members an opportunity to bring their ideas of what they think the communities may need. And they have an opportunity to vet those ideas as a group and to vote on them. And community-based organizations can submit proposals, and the community will, of course, vote on those proposals, and they will be implemented.
So what are the areas that have been designated as being eligible for this LA Repair project?
So, Maria, we have 9 zones, and we are super excited. We have the Arleta Pacoima. The next area would be Boyle Heights. The third area would be the Mission Hills, North Hills, and Panorama City. Our fourth area would be Skid Row. And then our fifth area is South Los Angeles. The sixth area is Southeast Los Angeles. And our seventh area is the West Adams, Baldwin Village, and Leimert Park area. And our eighth neighborhood is the Westlake community. And our last area would be the neighborhoods of Wilmington Harbor Gateway.
You talk about this unfortunate sort of institutionally driven racism and that brought these areas into a situation in which they may not have had the resources that they really should have. People being forced into areas for a number of reasons. How were these 9 places chosen to be part of this project? What was the vetting process from the city's perspective to be able to elevate and uplift?
So, Maria, we looked at a number of factors: unemployment rates, the opportunities that people have when it comes to how to address environmental racism, looking at the rent burden population, and even our COVID-19 numbers, particularly looking at the COVID-19 case rates and mortality rates, And it's very interesting. You can look at a map from the 1930s where, our redlining maps, where we had people that were denied federally backed loans just because of their skin color. And those areas and those maps today still represent structural racism in Los Angeles, because these are some of the same communities where the environmental hazards were placed, where the freeways were built, and where the communities were underserved and had been done wrong for far too long.
All right, so this participatory budget idea that I think is a great term to begin with, is that the community that is going to reap the benefits of these projects need to actually have a say as to which projects seem appropriate or which things they want. And it's not governmentally run as much as it is community run. So how do you choose the community partners or community members or the councils that will help feed this information back up to the city so that the city can get it logistically organized?
Well, Maria, participatory budgeting does not work without community participation.
Right.
Say that fast. It's an opportunity for residents over the age of 16 that are in the communities that we mentioned, an opportunity to stand up and create a place for residents to actually tell us how they would like to advise in these spaces.
What's the parameter of what the funds can be used for?
One thing that we're looking at is that we would focus primarily on services. There are some areas where participatory budgeting really provided service resources in the ways of infrastructure support, but we wanted to be intentional to provide services. Again, it can be used for anything, but ideas are after-school programs, services for the unhoused, and depending on the area, there may be different needs for a variety of communities.
Where did this $8 million come from?
The $8.5 million was set aside by City Council for us to do this work, and it was actually placed in the Mayor's Justice budget for the 2021-2022 year.
If you could imagine a perfect outcome for this LA Repair project, what would you hope to see within these regions that have been, these areas that have been designated?
Maria, what we want to do is to be present and intentional with communities in need. And we want to show them that we see you, we hear you, and we're ready to make a difference. And we're going to do it with you and your input to make your community better, because who knows their communities better than the people that live there?
I mean, you talked about services taking the priority position in all of this, but are there any restrictions that, the money cannot go to?
We want these dollars to be used for services, and these are some details that we will work out with the steering committee, and that's what we really want. We want to hear the voices from all residents, housed, unhoused, or regardless of what language you speak or your immigration status. We want to hear from the community exactly what they want to see in their neighborhoods.
Well, it's about time that everybody that should have a voice gets the voice. So we're delighted to be here to be able to share that information. So if people want to participate in anything that the department is doing, and in particular with LA Repair, share the website again.
Right. Our general website is civilandhumanrights.lacity.org, and the repair website is repair.lacity.org.
Well, I can't wait to hear how all this plays out. It's very exciting. So congratulations on all that.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Maria. Keep the faith. Keep the fight.
I will. Absolutely. Thank you. And that's a wrap on this LA Currents.